Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to Net.Attack, a Cornish first look video. This is a game developed and published by Beth Rockets Games. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. This is an action roguelike bullet hell game, similar to Vampire Survivor. I get quite strong vibes. It has its own unique spin on it though, which is that I believe you play as a virus sent into a computer system to extract information, and there's some quite unique mechanics. Now, first of all, let's just look at the settings. Graphic wise, you have your standard stuff, nothing particularly contrast, like brightness is nice, especially for those who are light sensitive, full screen, that kind of thing. Audio, pretty default. Accessibility is nice. Personally, I always like English to be United Kingdom rather than United States, but that's just my personal preference. Always very straightforward. Nice, solid options menu, nothing out of the ordinary. So, we have daily challenges, we have boot camp, which is basically teaching you the more complex natures of the game. As you can see here, there's a lot. I won't go through them, to be honest. I can give you the basic breakdown of what you have to do. But you also have tutorial, which is very straightforward as well, which I won't spend time on. If you're interested, you can have a look at these things. These just teach you more complex elements of the game, that kind of thing. So let's first start a hack. So, we only have one character unlocked, which is Eddie83, trusts no songbird. I believe this is supposed to be like your hacker, moniker that you're using to hack into the system. Hack ranking, and you can see here it goes up. Currently, we are playing the default character because we only have this character accessible to us. And we only have the starting zone, Nimra. Between the sand and the palm trees, charming cities with vibrant, inspiring atmosphere rise, whole society values creativity and freedom to foster the potential of each individual. So we're basically in the cyberspace of a nation. Coming soon, that kind of thing. So let's start here. So we have done one run on Password. I've completed the game once on Password, which is basically their default setting. And the higher you go in, as you can see, the modifiers change. Limited time, missions, enemy count, enemy XP count. It's expected to get more challenging. I'm just going to do Password just to show off how the game is. So, we move with the SWD keys, and what we're trying to find are these basically chips, computer chips, hard drive chips, and we extract data from them. As you can see in the top right hand corner, that is our data currency, and from there we can go in and with the money we have buy basically command prompts. Think of this like basically like a virus, and you're modifying your virus to do extra things. So, I'd like to have another attack, but we haven't got the money. So let's just leave there for now and go here. And hopefully we can hack this before we are overcome. We'll grab a bit of extra experience. As nice as the big chip is, we probably can't hold it. Now, we have enough to buy a new attack. Fires 3 lasers at the nearest enemy within 4 nanometer, dealing 20 damage per hit. Now, as you can see, this is also a ping. Laser enemy target. So what we can do, rather than say have a new attack, we could say, well, I want this attack to basically have an extra feature, which is on hit, it does this. It's basically like a command prompt. It's like, when this happens, this happens. So we're going to basically do this, and as you can see, we have now commanded our attack to whenever it kills something, it shoots out lasers at other targets, which is fantastic. Now, we need to get a certain data threshold before we can basically get out of the system. As you can see, we have leveled up as well. So we could get player health plus 20, recovery plus 0.5, Bitcoin value, increase the value of the Bitcoins. Basically, we're stealing Bitcoin. So let's first of all grab how much Bitcoin we're getting. We need to basically steal as much data and go. Eventually, it will pop up. As you can see, a little blue arrow has appeared around our token, showing us the way out. Data extract plus 10, recovery, luck. I will get some health recovery, but we need to go now, because the longer we're here, the more their own security system will start to hunt us down. So let's grab this last little bit of extra data. We have enough to get another sequence. So you can have like multiple attacks going, and this is like a shock wave. So let's, and as you can see here, the length between attacks is increasing. So it's basically how long the processor takes to see stuff going on. So as you can see here, we can pick up another ability. We can push an enemy, create a circular zone with a radius of 1.5 meters. All enemies inside execute the following nodes, which is unleashing a circular attack wave. Yeah. So let's grab that, and we'll say you do this action, and when that action is triggered, this happens. So basically, we have a bit more variety in our actions. Now, right off the bat, we've got a nice big chunk of data up here. Hopefully, we have the damage output to basically snag it. I'm a bit concerned that we may not. Now, we've got another level up. We're level 2. Increases the ping range, which will increase our weapon range, which is nice. But as you can see, the enemies are getting more determined. And we need to be buying more upgrades and getting more abilities and more things. But as you can see, this game holds its basically inspiration for Vampire Survivor quite clearly. I will get a bit more collection range for things. So far, we're managing okay. Detonates, reduces executing time of all nodes. Yeah, that's fine. So all nodes go quicker. We have 1,400. Nuke is powerful, but I would like to grab another fires 3 lasers. So let's grab that. So what happens at the longest time will basically trigger this. So now we have this attack that should absolutely be disastrous. I'm going to try and get a bit more money. But I don't want to leave it too long, so eventually the firewall will come down and we will be in a bit of a hot spot. And let's extract with our ill-gotten gains. Okay, ping before. Trigger the true output. It triggers the true output if this node has at least 4 parent nodes from the ping family. So if we take that triggers the true output if this node has at least 4 ping nodes from the ping family. Once each once in port can be triggered only once per tree execution. It's okay. It's not great. I would like to get the heal. That might be nice. That could be a nice little program to be having in the background. And with the money we have, let's grab on kill. We get, and the color above them shows the rarity, basically ping before. So let's get that going. Quite a hefty load for this one. It takes a bit of time to kick off, but it will help us a lot. Now, we are prioritizing money over over experience, though we have that analysis to get some experience. So I'm going to get a bit more bit rate, so our money goes a bit farther. And we're going to try and steal as much data, as well, as much Bitcoin as we can off the systems. Got another level up. Grab an increased collection range for power-ups. Node damage is always very nice. Now you can see the elite enemies are starting to come out. Took a bit of damage. Yeah, additional damage, 1% is always very nice. Health recovery is always good. And we probably now want to mosey out of here because we've triggered their security systems. Ping range. Yeah, ping range is nice as well, increase our range. Okay, so now we have unleashes a circular electrical wave that strikes and kills all enemies. Each one is once in port, can be triggered only once per tree. Yeah, we could do this. It runs a child node once per interact data chip on the current layer. The executor, these are some of the more advanced things that I haven't got around to really figuring out yet. We'll grab that. And then we will get... I'm going to grab this. Yeah, this one here. And we'll go attach that from the network. This is heavy charge now, but we get a lot of output from it. With our money's worth, each can be triggered only once per trio execution. Let's grab on kill when we hit that. So we have now a much more complex algorithm taking place. Let's try and get ourselves some additional damage. And being able to hack quicker would be nice, to be honest. But there's a very clear inspiration in my personal mind from Vampire Survivor. No time, yeah, quicker no time speed allows us just to plow through them, which isn't required. We also have, this current level has 7 levels to it. So, as you can see, the enemies are becoming a lot more tougher. Node damage. Currently purging a lot of them, but I do not like our odds against a lot of the higher powered enemies. Fortunately, when we take out things, we do get a puff of energy. Let's get a bit more money's worth. Okay, grab a bit more XP. We'll get more damage. The thing is, I really don't want to be hanging around too long in these parts. Okay, so Triggers a true output if this node has at least 4 parent pings. Yeah, okay. Grab that. That could be nice to have. Optimization to drop down the speed of a branch would be actually good to have. Because this is actually becoming a bit excessive. So we could have this. Like slowing, yeah, that'd be good. Let's see, family range damage, family ping. Don't want to add a load of more charge, like delays to the system. That should be okay. Right, okay. Optimize to drop the charge down again would be good. You know, dropping the charge down is always a beneficial effect. Okay, we've got a nice, like, we're doing a nice amount of damage. Took a bit of damage. But I need, basically, like, you need to basically have a good optimization at these late levels. The game gets quite challenging. We're managing to hold our own. We need to try and claim as much data as possible so we can actually get it out. Okay. And the longer we spend in here, the worse it will become. So we need to basically, get a move on. But as you can see, the game can be played quite quickly. Okay, we still haven't got enough to trigger the exit. And the computer security systems is becoming fairly aggressive, as you can see. Let me just grab this small amount of data. And this final level up, yeah, I would take collection rate, the extra additional bonus of collection. Okay, so what did we get this level? Push. Another ping. That's not too bad. Nothing that really brings it down. At least it's like a shockwave. We'll buy that. I was wanting for an optimizer. That doesn't look like it's going to be on the cards. Let's grab that. Detach this. And go. Something like that to bring down the length of time it takes to activate. Okay. Oh, left. If you leave, your timer goes down on the mother chip. Okay. And now if you're saying, like, oh, well, where do I find these chips? Like, just running around. You can get mods, like, algorithms that basically tell you where they are. So if you're on a larger map or you've got a limited amount of time, that can be something that you can do. Okay. Let's grab the small one. Won't take us very long to do. Let's grab some additional XP. And now we're in a good position to try and go after the big boy. Yeah. Hopefully this won't take that long. So as you can see, the enemies are becoming very tough with how they are acting. Okay. Now we need to basically get over here. Let's scrounge up some additional experience. At this stage, I have quite a lot. So, here we go. When the player is hit, execute the following node 10 times with the player as the executor. So we can do this. So this basically is a parent node, for lack of a better word. And we can plug stuff into it. Later the enemy takes damage, that's always nice. So if we had more pings, that would be great. Run to child node once for each parent ping in the node's family ping. So we don't have a ton of pings, but we have enough. They refresh. I should also say these refresh when you buy them. So you can't just like get a load and hope that they aren't going to refresh, because they will. Okay. There's a lot of trial and error that goes into this. Okay. So, on the last level, let's see what we get. And as you can see, the defensive programs have become very aggressive. Okay. Let's hopefully grab as much Bitcoin as we can. And skedaddle. Because I have been on these maps when the AI has basically decided that we've been here long enough. And you do not want to be in that position. Right. A little bit more and we can boogie. Here we go. And that is a run on Net.Attack, folks. You've completed your data heist, selecting difficulty 1, reach circuit level 8, collected data. As you can see, continue to another character or higher difficulty. But this has been the game. It's fairly straightforward. I was playing on the easiest difficulty, and there are other places. This game is in an early access. My personal view of the game is that it's a very nice, relatively well-developed Vampire Survivor clone. I will give it full nods for how it implements the unique attack coding, so how you can modify your attacks to do different things. I have yet to see a lot of variety outside of the basic lace and stuff, or circular elemental attacks, but there probably are combinations and interesting quirks that you can do. But like I said, this game is still in early access, and I will leave a link in the description below. I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Net.Attack, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye.